fight. Since you lost, what's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him!
GervontaDavis just shocked the internet by punching JakePaul. Outside Miami International Airport, no cameras, no referee. No rules, just a street fight that exploded in real life. Witnesses shouted, security ran in, and phones went flying as the two boxing stars nearly turned the terminal into a battlefield. Now everyone's asking, what made Tank snap like that?
After Canelo, obviously, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah, I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back. And then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching, like, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, like, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that, like, we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? Like, if he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
For sure.
Turns out, this clash has a long history. From harsh insults to messy contract talks and leaked private messages. This wasn't some random fight, it was personal. This could be the start of a new rivalry no one saw coming. With leaked footage, hidden motives, and what this means for their next fights, it's all starting to unfold. This wasn't just a fight, something bigger has been brewing between Jake and Tank for months.
Tank Davis.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. Back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of competition.
Yes,
He was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good fighter.
This time, Jake picked the wrong guy to mess with. GervontaDavis is not like the usual influencers Jake targets. He's not a clown or someone who plays around for likes. Tank came from struggle, tough battles, and real fights. He's cut from a different cloth.
Baltimore native and boxing champ Gervonta Tank Davis is sent to jail less than a month after he was ordered to serve 3 months of home detention. He was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing yesterday, and now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured 4 people.
Things got heated when Jake joked about Tank's legal troubles, calling him a walking headline. That comment didn't...
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
Then Jake made fun of Tank's issues with Floyd Mayweather, saying Tank was just another boxer stuck in Floyd's shadow.
What's going on?
What's up, boy?
I can have what I want.
What you mean with the camera? Oh, you got cameras. So what you spoke? Who you spoke to?
Tank didn't say anything in public, but behind the scenes, he was watching and waiting. Fast forward to the Miami airport. Tank was there for a private meeting. Before his rematch with Lamont Roach, Jake had just flown back from a business trip, still celebrating his win over Mike Tyson in that controversial exhibition fight. When they saw each other, it was like lighting a fuse. Witnesses say the air got tense fast, no words, no smiles, just pure bad blood. Then it happened. Tank rushed in with the kind of speed that makes him feared in the ring. Yep, Jake got hit with the same kind of punch that dropped Frank Martin, but this time, it wasn't in a boxing match, it was in real life, and things got wild.
All right, Jake, I'm filming.
So guys, I'm in the hospital. I had an accident. I'm still gonna be able to fight August 6th, so get your tickets at msg.com before they sell out. But I broke my back carrying the promotion for this event. It's broken.
Oh, Jake, you good?
Nurse!
Jake,
Nurse, more morphine!
Oh my God.
I broke my back carrying the last 5 fights promotion. My opponents never sell
Do
shit.
something.
Oh, it hurts!
Do something.
It hurts! These motherfuckers never sell shit! They couldn't sell a pen to a writer!
The internet exploded. Fans either cheered or gasped. Some said Jake deserved it after all his trash talk. Others argued Tank crossed a line and should have saved that punch for a real fight.
The multi-million-dollar paydays without real grit.
Coldplay clown following the Tyson fight. Tell us, exactly why expound on that.
Because why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. Put
Done.
some money.
So, why did Tank really lose it? Honestly, he's been under serious pressure splitting from his longtime coach Calvin Ford, trying to prove himself without Mayweather, and facing legal trouble. Jake represents everything Tank hates about modern boxing fame without hard work. Jake's win over Mike Tyson in July only added fuel to the fire. Let's just say Tank didn't respect Jake stepping into the ring with an older legend.
Do you think that it's fair to call them boxers now? We talk about Logan Brothers.
I think it's okay to call JakePaul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. And he tried to knock him out for sure.
So, when Jake started making fun of Tank's personal issues, mentorship drama, and even time in jail, it wasn't just disrespect, it felt like a slap in the face. That punch in Miami, that was about pride, not press.
Maybe it can be, it's not a terrible fight. We know that Gervonta's going to fight JakePaul in November, and then we'll see what happens.
But not everyone believes what they saw. Some fans are convinced the airport fight was staged to set up to promote a fight. That's now officially happening, GervontaDavis versus JakePaul this November.
I gotta ask you, how real or what was to it with you and Tank actually being a thing? Was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
Promoter Eddie Hearn dropped the big news right after Tank fights Lamont Roach in August. He's set to face JakePaul, and for some people, the timing feels to perfect an airport punch. Complete silence from both sides, a little too convenient.
This might be the worst thing that ever happened in the history of humanity. JakePaul is set to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in November. This is ridiculous. First of all, Tank, I know you're known for not taking the hardest fights, but you at least fight actual boxers. What are you doing? You know, besides getting that bag. Second, Jake, why are you doing this? You're a bad person. Let's ignore the fact that I have personally watched this man rob a PF Chang's. Let's talk about his refusal to fight real boxers. He gets criticized for refusing to fight real boxers, so he fights Mike Tyson, a 60-year-old boxer. He gets criticized for fighting a 60-year-old boxer, so he fights a current championship boxer who is literally 100 pounds lighter than him. Tank Davis is a lightweight, 135 pounds. Jake Paul is a cruiserweight, 235 pounds. You're never beating this fraud allegation, Jake, so why are you doing this? What do you guys think of this fight? And don't tell me anything good. Say it in the comments, though.
With both fighters known for attention-grabbing stunts, many believe the airport scene was just a clever way to stir hype and sell pay-per-views. And let's be real, this fight makes no real sense for Tank if he's serious about his career.
When we wanted the Loma fight, when it was in its prime, him and Mayweather, their team just, they just danced around it. When we wanted the Devin fight for Undisputed, the belts don't matter. I could just give them to my kids because everybody's winning belts. Shakur, he's easy work, he's boring, but you don't want to unify against him. Keyshawn might have a chance. You feel me? It's just disgusting. We wanted the Bud fight too after he called him out, and we also would have took a Teofimo Lopez fight. But then his fans would say, oh, but they're too big. They're not in his weight class. What the fuck is Jake Paul? This is the bullshit I be talking about. Like, this shit does nothing for the sport of boxing, but in terms of the division of 135, it doesn't do jack shit.
Imagine Tank beats Lamont Roach easily in August. No questions asked. He's back on top. Most fans would expect him to face someone like Shocker Stevenson, or maybe a rematch with Devin Haney, but instead, he's chasing a viral payday with a YouTuber.
Didn't say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fight?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. And he called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
Now flip it, what if Tank loses to Roach again? That would be 2 losses in a row. Let's be honest. Roach almost beat him the first time. If Tank can't win the rematch, the hype for a fight with Jake Paul disappears fast. Who wants to watch a guy coming off a loss? Fight an influencer.
What you think of former athletes and celebrities like Jake Paul taking up boxing? You think that grows the sport?
If he's doing it for the right reason, actually want to do it because of just like actually want to box, it's cool. But if he's doing it for like the wrong reason, just to get the hype and stuff like that, I feel as though it's trash. Sometimes people get bored of what they want, what they doing, and they want to try other stuff. Got to be mentally tough to be able to box. So that's why I don't take that away from some fighters or some people that want to jump into the sport. So just show how tough you are. That's how it should be.
For sure. That's all I got. Thank you, bro.
Sure. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
It would seem desperate like Tank has given up on real boxing and is just cashing out. Fans would start to wonder if he's even taking the sport seriously anymore.
Are you retiring?
With trash.
What changed?
What made this shit trash? Garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when we saw you when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might regain the love for it though? You never know. Like like say you got a spark today.
And truthfully, some fans are already saying that. Tank's hinted at retirement. He said
something's definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out. Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so. It's something we gotta work on in the corner, for sure.
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight?
I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever.
60 million households, Jake.
250 million people. Well, that is so. It's all downhill from here.
No, for sure.
I peaked.
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight?
I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever.
60 million households, Jake.
250 million people. Well, that is so. It's all downhill from here.
No, for sure.
I peaked.
And to make matters worse, Tank's been seen puffing up during training camp. Yes, the same camp where he nearly lost to Roach. That's not a good sign.
I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. He caught me with a good shot, but it was times that I sat in there with him and I'm like, damn, this guy like super slow. Well, not super slow, but he's slow. And I could have took advantage of the moments, but I think I was boxing too much in the beginning. And when I felt like he was slow, it was just probably late down the line type of thing. But I should have pressed the issue. I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault.
He even broke ties with Calvin Ford, the coach who stood by him since the start of his career.
It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you were saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake